Good afternoon, everybody. Big Mike back here with you once again, and welcome back to Big Mike Talks, where the topic today is my review for No Surrender from Impact Wrestling. A very entertaining program, and I hope those who did watch enjoyed the heck out of it, because I did as well. A bit of a caveat, I did not watch the two pre-show matches, so I will not be reviewing Giselle Shaw versus Deonna Purrazzo or Mike Bailey versus Jonathan Gresham. So, sorry for that. I actually had some limited time on this weekend, so we will be skipping that for now, and instead going right into the first match, Kazarian versus Big Khan of the Design. And I will say these two worked really, really well together. Big Khan trying to do his power moves. Kaz, getting out of it from time to time. Very, very good chemistry, although there was something off about this match. I don't really know what it was. Finish comes with Angels, the former Allen 5 Angels of the Dark Order, gets up on the ring apron to distract the ref. Callahan with a chair from behind. He goes to hit Kaz, misses, who ducks, and hits Khan instead for the big roll-up win for Frankie Kazarian. Very entertaining bout. Very good chemistry between the two. And we'll see where the Sami Callahan storyline goes. Next up, we have the Knockouts Tag Team titles on the line as the Hex, that's Marty Bell and Allison Kay, the former NWA Women's Tag Team Champions, taking on the Death Dolls, Taya Valkyrie and Jessica, with Rosemary in their corner. I will say, Marty and Jessica didn't really have that great a chemistry, although the match itself was pretty good. I'm glad they were given time, and they put in a lot of effort, obviously. But I think the real show out of this match was Taya Valkyrie and Allison Kay, who I believe they have had a few matches both in Impact and in NWA, and they have overall pretty much been good. Finish comes with via the Death Dolls finisher, which is a Road to Valhalla cutter combo, which I think is very interesting, with the Death Dolls getting the win. Here's my only issue with the Death Dolls winning here. The Knockouts tag division is a little bit shallow right now, but I'm kind of okay with it. Next up, a bit of a comedy match here, as we have the Dot Combat match for the Digital Media Championship, as Moose takes on Joe Hendry. And honestly, they threw everything but the kitchen sink at each other. At one point, a Sega Dreamcast comes out. You had keyboard caps used as thumbtacks, which both guys fell into. At one point, Joe Hendry tries to drive an RC car into Moose. Doesn't work. Ends up just chucking it at him. The finish, and actually Moose tries to get more traditional wrestling weapons like chairs, candlesticks, etc. Those get countered. Moose tries with a big spear to end it, but Joe Hendry kicks out. Finish. comes via the surprise roll-up from Hendry via Moot onto Moose. So your winner, still digital media champion, Joe Hendry. I got a funny feeling this rivalry is not done, and we will see Moose try again, maybe in the near future, maybe at Rebellion, which is Impact's next big show. I do believe there's another one coming. Oi! And then this segment, we have the live episode of Bustin' Open Radio featuring Bully Ray and Tommy Dreamer. Bully Ray won a Beat the Clock challenge to speak first. He gets 60 seconds, pretty much says nothing, then says, "I'm sorry." Tommy Dreamer then brings up everything Bully Ray has said to Dreamer over their rivalry, including bringing his mother into it, which, okay. Then Bully Ray pretty much says, I was watching the NWO documentary on A&E recently, and when Kevin Nash broke down about talking about Scott Hall after his passing, that got to Bully Ray, and he said, "Life's too short to hold grudges like this. I just want to move on." Tommy Dreamer does kind of agree and pretty much says, for someone like him, this might be difficult, and then that just sets Bully off, and Bully Ray just goes ballistic on Tommy Dreamer. I don't know what this was meant to do. I guess we're going to get a bigger match between Dreamer and Bully Ray in the near future, in which, fine, let's just get it over with then. What was really the point of this? Next up, we have a fatal four-way for a future World Heavyweight title shot. As we have Steve Macklin, Brian Myers, PCO, and Heath Slater. At first, everyone tries to get PCO out of the ring. PCO out of commission. At one point, he does roll underneath the ring and then comes out the other end. Hits everyone with some pretty big moves. It eventually goes outside the ring, including a big old PCO salt to everyone. Then, about the end of the match, Eddie Edwards comes in and brawls with PCO to the back. Wake up call to Heath. No, from Heath to Macklin. And, then Macklin hits a KIA to get the win. Trey Miguel then comes out, and it seems like he and PCO are going to be feuding as well. So, we'll see what happens there. Next up, we have a trios match as Time Machine. That's Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin, and Kushida take on Bullet Club. That being Chris Bay, Ace Austin, and Kenta, who was on loan from New Japan. This match was very high octane, a lot of high flying. Kenta did try to slow it down at one point, but he eventually got into the high-flying fun as well. Although he did tease diving outside the ring and instead just slow-walked, slid under the bottom ropes, and hit his opponent. Kushida had the hoverboard lock in, and then that just brought everyone else in to hit some very interesting moves. A triple team kick in the corner by Time Machine. Skull and Bones by the Motor City Machine Guns. Bey then blocks a chop attempt, hits Kushida with the roll up, and the Bullet Club get a pretty much needed win. So that was a very entertaining match. Hopefully this means Bey and Austin get a tag team title shot in the near future. Fingers crossed. And yeah, I hope Kenta sticks around for a little while. Next up, we have the Knockouts title match as Mickie James defends against Masha Slamovich. Slamovich is a very underrated talent and definitely very well hyped up. Mickie James, living legend, nothing bad to say about her. This match did start out a bit slow, but Mickie James picked it up a little bit. Masha at some points going for all kinds of submissions. Masha a couple of times breaking out of the Mick DDT attempts. Mickie James then hits the Mick kick, Mick DDT, countered into a pile driver, which that was impressive. Rear naked choke in the ropes, but both fall out of the ring. They get back in. Big boot by James, and then another roll-up for Mickie James to get the big win and retain her title. This ended up being a very entertaining match. Definitely started about a bit slow for my liking, but it ended up doing pretty well. And Fine Alamo, our main event of the evening. The Impact World title on the line as Rich Swann takes on Josh Alexander. Rich Swann was an Impact World Champion at one point in 2019, I believe it was, during the pandemic. He then got beat by Kenny Omega and never really got to that point again until now. So it's been about 2 years. So that's interesting. This, right out of the gate, was a fantastic bout. A lot of speed tries for Rich Swann. Josh Alexander trying to go technical. A couple of times going for the ankle lock. Rich Swann then fights out of it. Swann with then a beautiful Swanton bomb, which was excellent for a quick 2 count. Swann then, at the end of the match, counters the C4 spike, which that was impressive. Spin kick, hits a Phoenix Splash for a 2 count, which Josh Alexander transfers right into an ankle lock, then hits with a grapevine, which he goes to the mat with ankle in hand. Swann eventually fights out of it. Hits a cutter, which was very impressive for the 2 count. Josh Alexander then with the pile driver, followed by the C4 spike to retain his title. So, for Rebellion, which I believe is coming in April, we are getting Josh Alexander versus Steve Maclin. Finally, Maclin getting his roses, getting the shot he's pretty much deserved for a while now. Okay, that is it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your favorite part of this particular show. Let me know what you're looking forward to from Impact coming down the pipeline. And of course, I shall see you next time. Happy wrestling, everybody.